Today is June 25th, 2024, and 15 years ago, the world lost the undisputed king of pop, Michael Jackson. This is one of the hardest days every MJ fan goes through worldwide every year. And I remember vividly where I was and what I was doing on that day in 2009. At the time, I was sitting in my living room, sitting in a chair on the laptop. I don't know what I was doing. I had a cartoon or something on for my daughter Piper. And as I'm working, I got a text notification from my then wife, and she said, you might want to turn the radio or turn the news on. There's something going on with Michael, with MJ. So I typed in CNN.com, and there was a thing about him being rushed to the hospital for cardiac arrest. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So I rushed to the MJ websites that I've always visited, the MJ forums, and I'm feverishly hitting refresh to get any news that might come in. I turned off the cartoon because honestly, Piper wasn't really watching it. She was playing with her toys. I turned on CNN, and there it was. They were reporting it. The news networks were reporting everything. All the major networks like CBS, ABC, and all them, they weren't doing nothing. They were doing really good programming. But as I'm watching and following along online, then there was reports from TMZ saying he was dead. I didn't believe it because I didn't trust TMZ. They were a tabloid rag. And even to this day, I don't trust TMZ. I don't trust tabloids. They're all crap. But then it was finally confirmed to the major news networks that he was in fact dead. And then the famous scene of his brother Jermaine making the announcement. And I remember sitting there in shock. And I went through the stages of death. I went through shock. I went through denial. And it hit me hard. And as I'm watching the news unfold and I'm seeing Michael's family on TV crying, I'm seeing my fellow fans on the streets in front of the hospital in Los Angeles crying. I see fans standing at his Hollywood star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame makeshift memorials crying. I see fans outside Neverland and the Jackson's home in Encino crying, and then it hit me and I just lost it. It hit me hard, and my daughter, Piper, stops what she's doing, comes up to me, and just a sweet little girl, just barely 2 years old, climbs in my lap, and she asks me, "What's wrong?" And so I told her, and she kissed me on the cheek, and she says, "It'll be okay, Daddy." Gave me the biggest hug, and I want to say it made me feel better, but it didn't. Maybe it did a little bit, but I was still an emotional wreck. But one of the hardest days being an MJ fan. I mean, the guy was on the verge of a comeback. This major concert he was gonna do in London. It was supposed to be his comeback, and he was taken away from us just like that. And of course, now that everything's come out since then, we know why and how, and he was taken from us, and he was murdered as far as I'm concerned. I mean, what person, you're in cardiac arrest. You see somebody in cardiac arrest, their heart's not beating, Anybody that has a brain knows you don't give CPR to somebody in a bed or on a couch. You get them on a hard floor and then you do it this way. This man that was supposedly in charge of his keeping him healthy and keeping an eye on him, gave him CPR in a bed. A supposed medical professional. The guy got off easy. Yes, he got jail time and all that, but he should still be in jail as far as I'm concerned. As my son is coming in to bug me here. But I am wearing my MJ shirt, my Thriller, commemorating Michael's day, watching his videos and listening to his music. Gone 15 years later, but never forgotten. Never will be forgotten.